Hello, truth seekers. Have you ever stopped to think that something as innocent as a banana could be radioactive? Or that a shark alive today might have been swimming when Shakespeare was writing Romeo and Juliet? Crazy, right? But wait, it gets even wilder. Imagine the entire world's population crammed into a single city. Sounds like a sci-fi movie plot, but it's actually possible. And believe it or not, twins, yes, twins, have been born almost 3 months apart. How does that even happen? Stick around, because in this video, we're diving into 5 jaw-dropping facts that will flip the way you see the world. I guarantee you'll want to watch this one until the very end. Alright, let's start with the bananas. They're a staple in many households, a quick snack, and a favorite ingredient in smoothies and desserts. Yeah, those bananas you snack on are actually radioactive. It sounds alarming, but it's a fascinating fact about this common fruit. But don't worry, you won't be glowing in the dark anytime soon. The level of radioactivity in bananas is incredibly low and completely harmless. So, why are bananas radioactive? What's the science behind this curious fact? It all comes down to a chemical element called potassium. Potassium is a vital nutrient that our bodies need to function properly. Now, potassium is essential for your health. It helps your muscles function, keeps your nerves firing, and even helps your heart keep a steady rhythm. Without it, our bodies wouldn't operate as they should. But not all potassium is created equal. There are different isotopes of potassium, and one of them is the reason behind the radioactivity in bananas. You see, bananas contain a specific type of potassium called potassium-40, which just so happens to be radioactive. This isotope is naturally occurring and found in many foods, not just bananas. Now, before you swear off bananas forever, let me explain. Potassium-40 is naturally occurring. It's been around for billions of years and is part of the natural world. It's all around us, and it only makes up a tiny fraction of the potassium in bananas, just 0.012%. This minuscule amount is what makes bananas slightly radioactive. The radiation levels in a single banana are so low that it would take eating around 10 million bananas at once to get a dangerous dose. Not exactly realistic, right? You'd need a truckload of bananas to even come close. In fact, you'd probably get sick from eating that many bananas long before you'd have to worry about radiation poisoning. Your stomach would give up way before the radiation could harm you. Here's a quirky tidbit. Scientists actually use bananas as a measurement for radiation exposure. It's a fun and relatable way to explain radiation levels to the public. It's called the banana equivalent dose. This unit helps people understand radiation exposure in everyday terms. For instance, when you hear about radiation from things like airplane flights, Connecticut scans, or X-rays, scientists might compare it to how many bananas you'd have to eat to get the same level of exposure. It makes the concept much easier to grasp. One cross-country flight equals about 400 bananas worth of radiation, and a dental X-ray, that's about 10 bananas. It's a handy way to put things into perspective. So, next time you peel a banana, know that you're not only getting a potassium boost, but you're holding a tiny, harmless source of radioactivity. Enjoy your snack with a newfound appreciation for the science behind it. Now let's dive deep into the ocean for our next fascinating fact. Did you know there's a species of shark that can live for over 400 years? Yes, you heard that right, 4 centuries. That's right, Greenland sharks are some of the longest living animals on Earth, swimming around today like living relics of history. These ancient mariners have witnessed the world change in ways we can only imagine. These sharks are so old that some were alive during the age of Shakespeare. Just picture it. While Shakespeare was penning his timeless plays, these sharks were already navigating the deep seas. Think about it. While Shakespeare was writing Macbeth, some Greenland sharks were already in their prime, cruising the icy waters of the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. They've been around for so long, they've seen the rise and fall of empires. But how can they live so long? What's their secret to such incredible longevity? Well, for starters, they're sharks, and sharks are already pretty incredible creatures, known for their resilience and adaptability. But Greenland sharks take it to another level. They are in a league of their own when it comes to longevity. One major factor is their environment. The deep, cold waters they inhabit play a crucial role in their extended lifespan. Greenland sharks live in the deep, cold waters of the Arctic, where their body temperature and metabolism are super slow. This frigid environment helps them conserve energy and age at a much slower rate. This slow metabolism helps them age at a fraction of the rate of other animals, move slowly, grow slowly, and yes, age slowly. It's like life on slow motion mode. This unique adaptation allows them to live for centuries. It's like life on slow motion mode. This unique adaptation allows them to live for centuries. It wasn't until recently that scientists figured out just how old these sharks were. The discovery was groundbreaking and changed our understanding of marine biology. By using radiocarbon dating on the tissue in the shark's eyes, they discovered some of these ancient creatures were over 400 years old. This method provided a window into their incredible past. The oldest one they found, a jaw-dropping 512 years old, that's more than half a millennium. That means this shark was alive when Leonardo da Vinci was painting the Mona Lisa. It's mind-boggling to think about. Imagine the stories this shark could tell. It has witnessed centuries of history unfold from the depths of the ocean. It had already lived for centuries by the time the United States was even founded. These sharks are like living time capsules. To put this into perspective, the Greenland shark is the longest living vertebrate known to science. Their longevity is unmatched in the animal kingdom. While we humans struggle to make it past 100, these sharks are quietly minding their own business for centuries at the bottom of the ocean. Their existence is a testament to the mysteries and wonders of the natural world. Can't cry in space. Next up, let's travel to outer space, where crying isn't as simple as it is on Earth. The absence of gravity changes everything, even the way we express our emotions. Believe it or not, astronauts can't cry in space the way we do on the ground. Sounds strange, right? But it's true, and it's all because of the lack of gravity. Here's why. On Earth, gravity pulls your tears down your face when you cry. It's a natural process we don't even think about. But in space, there's no gravity to pull them down. This changes the entire dynamic of crying. Instead, tears just pool up in your eyes and form floating blobs of water. These blobs can be quite disorienting. It's not just uncomfortable, it can also be a little painful. The tears don't flow away, they just sit there. Astronauts have reported that the tears sting because they just sit on their eyes instead of being flushed away. This can cause irritation and discomfort. NASA astronaut Chris Hadfield famously said, "Your eyes make tears, but they stick as a liquid ball." This phenomenon is unique to the microgravity environment of space. In fact, they sting a bit. The tears don't move away from the eyes, causing a stinging sensation. Without gravity, there's no easy way to wipe away tears, which leads to an awkward and uncomfortable experience in space. Imagine trying to clear your vision, and the tears just float around. Imagine tearing up while watching a sad movie in the International Space Station, and suddenly having your tears float away like tiny bubbles. It's a surreal experience. It's not just crying that's different in space. The absence of gravity affects many aspects of daily life. Everyday things like sleeping, eating, and even brushing your teeth require totally new techniques because gravity isn't there to help. Each task becomes a new challenge. It's a reminder of how much we rely on gravity for things we never even think about. The simple act of crying reveals just how different life in space can be. Whole world can fit in one city. Alright, brace yourself for this next fact. What if I told you that every single person on Earth could fit into one city? It sounds impossible, but mathematically speaking, we could all fit inside the city of Los Angeles. Let's break it down. Currently, the world's population is about 8 billion people. If you packed everyone in the world standing shoulder to shoulder, no elbow room, we could all squeeze into Los Angeles at 503 square miles. That's right, Louisiana is big enough to hold the entire global population. It would be like one giant concert crowd, but on a truly mind-blowing scale. Of course, standing shoulder to shoulder isn't exactly livable. We'd still need space for houses, food, water, and everything else we rely on. But this fact highlights just how little space we humans actually occupy on Earth. The vast majority of the planet's surface is made up of oceans, forests, and deserts, with only about 10% of land being inhabited by humans. It's a strange thought, but in terms of sheer space, we're not taking up as much as we might think. Twins born 87 days apart. And now for the grand finale, twins born nearly 3 months apart. This record-breaking birth happened in Ireland, and it's one of the most extraordinary cases in medical history. In most cases, twins are born minutes, maybe even seconds apart. But in 2012, Amy and Katie were born a staggering 87 days apart. How did this happen? Well, Amy was born prematurely at just 24 weeks, a situation where the doctors needed to act quickly to save her life. Amazingly, they were able to keep her twin sister Katie inside the womb to give her a better chance of survival. Thanks to advanced medical care and technology, doctors delayed Katie's birth for an incredible 87 days. By the time Katie was born, her twin Amy had already spent nearly 3 months in the neonatal intensive care unit, NICU. This incredible medical achievement not only highlights the advancements in modern healthcare, but also shows just how unpredictable pregnancy can be. Imagine being a twin and celebrating your birthday nearly 3 months after your sibling. It's truly a one-of-a-kind story. So what did we learn in this video? Bananas are a little radioactive, but totally safe to eat. Sharks can live longer than most modern nations have existed. Crying in space is no easy task, as tears won't fall. The entire human population can squeeze into one city, and twins can be born months apart. Mind-blowing, right? If these facts blew your mind, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, so you never miss out on more fascinating, bizarre, and mind-boggling facts. We've got plenty more where this came from. And hey, drop a comment below with the fact that surprised you the most. See you next time on Fact Frenzy.